Hello again, everyone. Let's talk about again Euro 2012. And well, we've got done with about 2 rounds of all the group stages. We're finally up to the last round. So let's talk a bit about the matches that have been taking place that I haven't talked about yet. I guess we can start with where did I leave off? I think I left off before even starting this round, didn't I? So if I'm not mistaken, the first round 2 match was in Group A, of course, with Russia against Poland, which was a pretty damn good game. The whole tension around the match and the whole tension within the match itself, I think Poland played really well, considering that they drew the first game, their first game against Greece, so that was really good for Poland, I think. And Russia probably, once Poland equalized, they didn't really show much enthusiasm in going forward. They kind of settled for a draw, which is, a fair point. They probably can beat Greece and put their energy there, but with that performance, I'm not sure how far they can go in the tournament. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not sure how the group works. How the grouping works, but apparently if Greece beat Russia, they can go through. They will go through in the upcoming match, so that's weird. Apparently the way I've seen other people say it is that for the final outcome of the groups, if teams are on the same points, it will be down to head-to-head first. So if you have a better head-to-head against the team who's equal on points with you, you will go through. So that way, if Greece beat Russia, they'll have 4 points, same with Russia, but because the head-to-head would be Greece having beaten Russia, Greece would be preferred. Or something like that. I mean, it's a bit, I don't know, I thought it would be just down to the normal way of, goal difference, and then goal scored, a goal, and then maybe head-to-head. But apparently they're going for head-to-head. Apparently, I'm not too sure. From what I've been watching on TV, they might have it wrong, whoever's been commentating, so we'll see. So I'm not trying to predict, or at least I'm not trying to predict how the scoring will be done, but I do feel that Russia will go through. And I think between Poland and the Czech Republic, I always have a soft spot for the Czech Republic because I really liked Pavel Nedved when he was playing for Juventus. So I do have a soft spot for the Czech Republic, but against Greece they were not that great, I don't think. They were good for maybe the first 10 minutes, and I guess it's a fair point to say that they didn't have to do any more than that. They had 2-goal lead, so that was good enough, but still it was a bit more disappointing to see that it was a bit lackluster for the rest of the match. As opposed to the Poland and Russia match where it was pretty full-on for the entire match. So between Poland and the Czech Republic, I think Poland have a decent chance of going through, man, based on their performance. So we'll see how that goes. I predict Russia and Poland, actually. I guess I'll be bold and make some predictions. I predict Russia and Poland will go through from Group A. On to Group B, which is, the Netherlands, having lost against Germany, will have it all against them, really. I mean, I think Germany can take on Denmark and probably beat Denmark. If not, I mean, they only need a draw anyway to be assured of top place. So they might not play to their full strength, but again, I do think they will definitely go through. I don't think Denmark have much of a chance. For the other match, it will be Portugal against the Netherlands. And the surprising thing was that, this past game where Portugal took on Denmark was a lot harder than it should have been. There was this one thing that the Danes always did when they were attacking, where they would bring the ball down the left or down Portugal's left, and they would have the ball there, and then someone would cross to the right back who was in acres of spaces on the right, and that was like always an option, and I think that led to both of Denmark's goals against Portugal. So that's really something to look out for. I mean, he had acres of spaces almost all the time whenever they found him. They load the players on the left side, bring the ball up there, and then just switch it quickly to the right, and he will be in acres of spaces, and all he needs is to put in a good ball, which he did a couple of times. That helped Bentner scored from. So if the Netherlands can, you know, take that into account, they could do well. I think Netherlands can do well, but that whole, since they're relying on other results as well, that might really put a dampener on them, and Portugal might explode with some good play. I mean, let's face it, Portugal had the match between themselves and Denmark in the bag. If Ronaldo had his shooting boots on, if he had scored, they would have probably won 4-1 or something, you know. So I do tip for Group B. I tip Germany and Portugal, actually. I'm sorry, but the Dutch just really haven't performed that well. For Group C, Group C is a tough one to call. This is where it gets a bit weird with all the how, I mean, the results might end up. I think there's a good chance that Spain can beat Croatia in the next match. Oh, and Spain against Ireland was a really good match. The Irish were pretty poor defensively, but Spain really were on form. Torres was hitting goals, man. That's when Torres is scoring, then you know Spain are extra dangerous. And 4-0 didn't flatter them. And as for the other match between Italy and Croatia, I thought the first half Italy did really well, but the second half Croatia sort of dominated. I thought Italy were sort of happy just to counter-attack, which didn't lead to any result, and Croatia got that goal. And even after that, it was sort of like Italy were happy for the draw. Now, apparently, if Croatia and France draw 2-2, and I assume any sort of higher draw like 3-3 or 4-4, both Croatia and Spain will go through. So in the final match between Croatia and Spain, if they draw 2-2 or more, both of them will go through, apparently, because that their head-to-head will be better than the head-to-head of Italy against either team, because Italy only drew 1-1. Of course, Italy will still need to beat Ireland, and I kind of expect them to. But yeah, that's that weird thing, you know, it doesn't depend on goal difference apparently. So it doesn't matter how many goals Italy scores against the Republic of Ireland. If Spain and Croatia draw 2-2 or more, Spain and Croatia go through. So that makes predicting this group really tough. I guess part hoping but part predicting as well. I expect Spain and Italy to go through, because it's easier to see Spain beating Croatia than any other result. You know, Croatia can draw, I guess. It'll be good for them if they do draw, and if they do get 2-2, more power to them. 3 good teams, I'd say, in that group. Which I would say is it actually was a group of death, really, compared to compared to Germany, Portugal, and Netherlands, and Denmark. Although I guess Denmark did put up more of a fight than Ireland, so maybe that Group B is more of a group of death, is a proper group of death. But between Spain, Croatia, and Italy, it'll be tough. But I'll predict Spain and Italy. I predict Spain to top the group, really. And as for the final match, or final group, yesterday we saw England come back. A pretty exciting match, but at the same time I think it was like 2 really average sides playing against each other's weaknesses, really. So I think Theo Walcott coming on as a substitute should be done for every England match. Not because he isn't good, but he has pace, and he has good pace, and even when he's 100% ready, so like at the beginning of games he can already beat defenders. But if you bring him on in the second half when he's 100% ready and defenders are say 60% or 80% because they've been playing for 60 minutes or something, he will do even better. So Theo Walcott should definitely be coming off the bench. I say don't give him a start, simply because then he'll tire out at the same rate the defenders tire out, sort of. And plus it's always good to mix up. So at first the defenders had to deal with a strong force of Andy Carroll, and then they had to switch and deal with Theo Walcott, and they didn't really adapt quickly enough. That was Sweden. So I think full on England deserve praise for getting that victory. Sweden are out, surprisingly. And having seen France versus Ukraine, I don't think Ukraine can stop England. Not that they've got form now with them. So I expect France and England to go from Group D. And that was I guess just a brief analysis of the matches that have gone by. And I'm not sure how even the second round and quarterfinals are going to be set up. I'm assuming that whoever tops Group C will face the runners-up of Group D. So, with Spain finish top of Group C, I don't think you can sort of predict. Well, to a certain extent you can, because Group C will play before Group D. So who wants to, face Spain, world champions? And then you have Germany. I think my top two teams will be Spain and Germany, like everyone else's, I think. But the other two teams I think can do really well are Italy and France. Although I think England, if they play sort of with that sort of long ball mentality and then mix it up in the second half with something like Theo Walcott or something like that, they could actually get at the Spanish, I think, because they have that extra height advantage and strength advantage that the Spanish don't really have. So from set pieces like free kicks and corners or something like that, I'd expect that the English could do really well against Spain, actually. Everyone else might have it tough against Spain. I think Spain can win the whole thing easily, I'd say. The two toughest opposition, I'd say, would be Germany and England, actually, surprisingly. England for how they play rather than how good they are. I don't doubt that England could lose against many of the other teams, even if they did beat Spain. So that's sort of my predictions for now. I haven't checked out how the knockout rounds will be, so we'll get to that after the third round finishes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be commentating on every match again, or I'll just leave it to the end of a couple of matches or something. But I'll still be continuing, since it is the Euros. It's been fun. It's been exciting to watch, and we'll see how it goes from there. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy Euro 2012 too. See ya!